The preservation of ancient traditions has always been the responsibility of the chosen people only. In all ages, shamans have honored their tradition and passed it on only to their closest disciples. At the same time, the student lived near the shaman all his life. Can you imagine? And, being in everyday life together with the shaman, he received knowledge. That is, while living and helping people, the shaman trained his disciple at the same time. And this, of course, has always been a toilsome, great work. Time passed and made changes in our lives. And now people from all over the world come to the shaman's seminars. Now, webinars or online consultations have become natural. Seminars and online classes where ancient knowledge is passed on have become something natural for us. But how do you know which training format is the most correct now? And why do we always talk about a special shamanic format for transmitting knowledge? The internet allows us to communicate over a distance. You can ask any question to your teacher, and in a split second the internet will bring your question to the teacher. And he can print or send you a video or an audio response. This, of course, has become very convenient. You can go on the internet any moment, replay the studied material and revise it. And you can again immerse yourself in those memories of learning, in everything that happened there. And now people choose this format very often. Online training in various webinars. And I will not hide the fact that my students also think it is very convenient. But let's see what awaits us in this case. What is the advantage of a real live seminar? The magic of live communication between a student and a teacher is very important. When we communicate over the internet, even now with you, it is impossible to replicate this. You can transmit information, you can transmit some emotions and some energy. But the contact that occurs between the student and the teacher just cannot be created via the internet. And this is where online courses lose out to live seminars. In the shamanic tradition, the unity of the soul of the teacher and the student is the most important part of the transmission of this sacred tradition. Of course, we keep up with the times, we record webinars, answer questions in social networks, record video tips and recommendations for our students. We do all this, too. After all, so many questions come from you. Of course, we answer them. We are open to the world and to everyone. We are open to communication. And our huge shamanistic family is actually growing every day. Welcome to our large shamanistic family. But, is it possible to get a real shamanistic experience if you sit at home in front of an open laptop? Is it possible to feel through the computer the unique energy of the place of power where the shaman is located? Is it possible to transmit your experiences via the internet? No, it isn't. Moreover, there is a danger. If a person has watched just a webinar, followed these instructions, and started using them without having a live experience, then sometimes the person begins to do destructive things, and can't even understand it. And very often on the internet, you can't figure out which shaman is really practicing, and which is a person who has read books and calls himself a shaman. After all, the instruction received from such a good-for-nothing shaman or false shaman, the use of such instructions can end unfortunately for us. This happens very often with shamans' drums. Now it has become fashionable to go somewhere on a trip and bring with you a beautiful drum purchased at an ethnic market. Yes, it may be beautiful, but it can't be a real sacred tradition of communicating with spirits. And by creating a rhythm on such a musical instrument purchased on the market, you can create a rhythm and attract the wrong spirits, not the forces that you expect. A shaman's seminar is an opportunity to get in touch with nature. This is an opportunity to discover a real talent, even a talent of a healer. After all, not only students, but also teachers prepare for this event in advance. You know that every person has the makings of talent and ability. But if these abilities develop spontaneously and through some trauma, which is very often the case now, then this ability, when it is not controlled by the person himself, turns into a real curse. Unfortunately, not dozens, but hundreds of people come to me and tell me about how they spontaneously revealed some ability on the subway. About how they tried to implement some instruction from someone on the internet, and how the ability got out of control, and now this power, comparable to a hurricane, is unmanageable by the person himself. Then the ability turns, indeed, into a curse. And this same ability turns against our loved ones. We get emotional, we can yell, we can do the wrong thing, we don't understand how the power works. And only in live contact at a live shamanic seminar is there always a shaman who sees what is happening to you. He comes up and directs you, here you need to do this, and here you need to control your power like this, and now this stage goes first, and then goes this one. And thus, by developing your abilities under the shaman's live guidance, you will come to what the shaman really is. He controls the spirits. He controls the abilities. It is not spirits or abilities that control the shaman. Please note that this is a very important point. Our shamanic events always cover a very wide range of possibilities. It is being in the wild, always in the place of power. At the same time, it is working with living spirits. Sometimes, it is a personal consultation from the shaman himself. There are various rituals which you can take part in and discover your shamanic talents. Moreover, only at live seminars, when there is a correct connection between the teacher and the student, another unique page opens, the possibility of learning. This is learning to dream. Our seminars are round the clock. And when, it would seem, the students go to sleep, to rest in their wonderful tents or rooms, the work between the soul of the teacher and the soul of the student continues every second. And even when the student returns from such a live seminar back to his city, this contact, this skill of working in a dream, keeps helping us. Thousands of students keep telling me that they dreamed about me. They say, I'd already received information from you a week before you came here to the city. I didn't even know you were coming. You told me about that in your dream. And you gave me the ritual. And you performed a whole shamanic initiation with me. This is how it will happen after a live shamanic seminar, when the connection between the teacher and the student has been formed. And, of course, for such a large seminar, a large transformation, careful preparation is always required. Therefore, as a shaman, I ask you to register for the shamanic seminar in advance. It is best 3 months in advance. The 3 months remaining before the seminar will be very interesting. There will be a process of purification, clearing your way. And at this point, a huge help from the spirits will go to you, so that you are as ready as possible for the seminar. So that you are ready to get the maximum help, strength, support, and opportunities to discover your talents and abilities. When I get information that one of you has registered for a shamanic seminar, I start working with you from that moment. And you can write to me and tell me that, maybe, there have been some difficulties in life. Maybe some kind of trouble at work. There may be some tension in the family. There may be other events. And this is natural. Please talk about it. When this happens, it is not an obstacle to coming to the seminar. On the contrary, it is an opportunity to become stronger, to go on a higher step. It is the spirits who are helping you start the seminar from a higher stage of development so that you could get the maximum amount of knowledge. Why do spirits start helping you as soon as you register for a seminar? Because the spirits can feel the energy. When a student makes an advance payment for a seminar, they transmit the money energy. He transmits a part of his power. And this is exactly what the spirits feel. And you can feel it, as the spirits come to you and begin to help you because they have received material power. This is as if you have refueled the car. The car now has gasoline and carries you. The spirits immediately begin to help you. What kind of energy does the money sacrifice have that you make for the seminar? When you invest in self-development, in books, in seminars, this is the purest energy. Money is an expression of a person's energy. Where a person directs his money, he directs his energy. Accordingly, he attracts such spirits to himself. When a person buys another product that is not necessary for him, he very often obeys the spirit of consumerism. And, of course, once you have invested additional material resources in it, that is, your energy, the spirit of consumerism becomes stronger. And then it just takes control of the person. If a person transfers his energy, his material resources to spiritual development, this is the purest sacrifice in the world. We buy books, we register for seminars, we come for consultations. We invest our material resources in the development of our soul. This means that the possibility of complete evolution opens up for the soul. And at this moment you attract the most powerful spirits. The spirits that will guide you on your way. The shamanic seminar is the most important event in a person's life. Standing in the same circle with a shaman, participating in sacred practices, you will join the most ancient tradition. You will be able to rethink your life. You will be able to overcome all the problems you have ever had in your life. All the difficulties with work, personal life, or health will be left behind. Don't wait for your life to start changing for the better itself. This may never happen. Start the change right now. Come to our live shamanic seminars.